Alright guys, let's do another plier video, but with this one it's going to be a comparison between several different pliers here. My last video I did a first look and demo of Knipex's new plier here, their TwinGrip plier, model number 8201200, and I was very impressed with the feel of it, with the grip of it, with the features of it. It looks like the real deal, and they definitely have a home run with this one. Now, I had a viewer suggest that I do a comparison between the Vamplier ones and the Knipex TwinGrips, and yeah, I mean it's a fair comparison because, as far as I know, the Vamplier was the first ones out there to come up with this design here, to where it's made to grip head on to a fastener instead of on the side. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that comparison then. And I also threw in a pair of slip joint Proto pliers. Yeah, I know they don't have the same feature on the end of their jaws as these other two, but it is a slip joint plier. It's roughly the same length as them, and made in USA, good teeth, why not? So okay, let's look at the Vamplier ones first. I've had these for 3 or 4 years, and I have to tell you, I really haven't used them that much. It's not one of those pair of pliers that I reach for naturally first, right? So when you go to open your drawer and you're in need of a pair of pliers, which ones do you normally go to first? And I'll be totally honest, I usually go for the Cobras made by Knipex that I have in my toolbox first. Why? Because it's also what I use at work, and it's a trusted, well-made tool that I know that I can count on, and that it's made to get the job done. So with that, yeah, I mean, I just really haven't used these that much. If you ask me, these are almost more of like a lineman's pliers, right? So you have the cutter right there. You have a area where you can grip on to whatever down here. So it's a unique pair of pliers, and it has some good features, and it feels very solidly built. But it's just not one that I naturally reach for first when I'm looking for a pair of pliers. So with that, just do an overall look as a rivet joint, but very smooth, and there's no play in it. So it is a well-made tool, made in Japan, Vampliers. So, and it has a really thick head, or thick jaws. So it's definitely stout. But if there's a narrow area that you need to get into, these are kind of chunky for that. So, okay, and let's look at the business end here. So as you can see, they just have this little area right here to do all your gripping with, right? They don't have it coming all the way down here. They just have that space more or less for the cutters right here. So not as many teeth to grip with. So, and as you can see, like I said, I haven't used them that much, but yeah, these teeth just, you'd think they'd be very well made coming from Japan, but there's just some things there that are questionable. So, and then, okay, so instead of having a rounded profile, they just have a like, I don't know, a rectangle more or less where the teeth are, and it will still work, but in my opinion, I would prefer the rounded profile instead of the coming down over and back up again. So okay, I'll just go over these real quick again. It's their newest plier, their TwinGrip. There's the number of the tool right there, 8201-200. Just feels good. It feels familiar, right? So usually when you pick up a pair of Knipex tools out there, they just have a certain feel to them to where it's just good stuff, guys. And then this has 5 different positions. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm just going to open it up like that. So it works like say what the Cobra Pliers do, where you push that in, find your spot, snaps into place. There's nothing that slips or moves around on you. So I really like that part too. And as you can see, let's take a quick look at the teeth. First of all, this thing opens up super wide, and as you can see, the whole jaw is meant to grip or to bite down on whatever you're trying to do with it. It's not like it has just a little section and something else going on down here. This is all about plier action and gripping and locking onto something. So, and it was like I was talking about the profile before. So this is rounded. I can get that to focus a little bit. All right, so it has a rounded profile, and in my opinion, that will help you bite down on a rounded object better. So, and I might have mentioned this in the last video, but it just, you can get some super leverage on these pliers, and I believe it has to do with this neck right here, and then your pivot point is way up here, but you have all this extra length here where you can just really, it's kind of hard to explain, but once you put your hands on it and you put a squeeze on it, you'll know what I'm talking about as far as the clamping force that you're able to do with these. Okay, and the Protos, I've had these for a while too, and you know, I haven't used them that much. As you can see, they're not scarred up or beaten or whatever, but they are a good pair of pliers though. They're called a flush fastener. I think they're referring to this flush bolt in here, where when you're working on something from the side, you don't have that protruding. You know, you just have a straight profile or a flat profile, so that doesn't get in the way when you're trying to bite down something and then turn. So, and then slip joint. So, and this slip joint design has been around for a long time. It's simple and it works, but it's not something where you have like with this one with like 5 different positions that you can choose from and then lock into. It's either this or this. So there's the part number right there. What is that? J278GXL USA. Okay, and let's take a look at the teeth here. If I can get a, all right, there we go. So just straight across all the way down, but the entire jaw has teeth on it. So wherever the fastener is on this jaw here, it's going to come in contact with those teeth. So yeah, these really haven't been used that much. Oh well, right? Now I know some pliers out there, they make like a cross hatching on the very end there, to help with, like, say if you're at an odd angle, or if you want to actually, you know, come on at the head of the fastener and give it a twist. But these just straight across, top to bottom. But anyway, okay, so let's use this demo piece here again, and I am going to now preferably you'd have something where this is in a vise or something, you can really lock on there then you can really show what happens when you put some crazy torque and leverage. But for now, I'm just going to hold on to it, and I'm just going to demonstrate how easily it is to grip on to these. And I'll be holding on to them tight, so there will be some leverage going on here. But for the most part, I'm not trying to destroy something. I'm just trying to demonstrate how these work. So, all right. So, with the Vampliers, like I said before, there's not a whole lot of teeth there. So, if you run across a bigger fastener and you want to come at it from the side, you can't really do that because there's such a small part of the jaw with teeth, and this part is straight, so it's not really meant to grip onto a rounded part. So now let's come down here. Yeah, it slips on there a little bit. No, there's something about these teeth and this, even when I squeeze, as you can see, I don't know, it's just, it doesn't feel like it has that bite that you would expect on it. Now let's come down here and let's use that feature. So, grip on there. Yeah. It feels better. It feels like it's made for doing this type of work instead of working from the side. But even then, if you come across a larger fastener like this, these handles, they're open kind of wide, and it's just, I don't know, it just feels like it's not really made for something much larger than like this one right here. But I will admit, when you have it on there, you put a good squeeze on there, yeah, it feels pretty good. Not super great, but it feels like it's made for doing things like this. So, okay, all in all, doable, but there's nothing that really wows me about it as far as dealing with damaged fasteners that need to be removed. So, all right, and let's, as you can see, when I tried to when I tried to use these side teeth, I don't know, guys, they're just, there's something about that just does not give me a warm and fuzzy. Now these teeth that are going up and down like that, all right, but I don't know. Yeah, it's an okay pair of pliers, but it's not something that I would try to really sell, because there's just something about them that there's better tools out there. It's made to do several different things, but the highlight or the feature of it is this part right here. Now, if it was just a tool with just this, I guess it'd be okay. But it's like it's got this going on. It's got the cutters. I don't know. And I suppose if you want to use it to cut, which I've never done with before, I'm sure these are well made and stuff. But just seeing how the teeth look after just playing around with it, more or less, it's not something where I went crazy on it. And they already look like they just have a little bit of wear that you would not expect. So, all right, and obviously with these, when I did my my initial demo with it the other day, I was impressed with it. Just the way you could lock down on something, and you know what? Let's just do it again. So, like I said, you come in from the side, lock on. I mean, it's going nowhere. Just tremendous. It just gives you a tremendous feeling of confidence in the tool and those teeth, that when they're locked on, you're going nowhere. And that's with even coming in from the side here, with that leverage that you can put on this to those teeth, that just lock on to that. There's just no slip. It's just, it is a good one, guys. So, and then like say, even with this one, it just will not slip, right? Where this one, I have it like that. It's just, it slips. And it's just, if you're gonna make a design like that and advertise it, learn from these guys, even though these guys just came out with this compared to this one, where I don't know how long that style's been out, but when you grip on that ain't going nowhere. No slippage, nothing. So just every time I put my hands on this pair of pliers now, I'm just liking it more and more. It's just good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So, all right, and let's take a look at the teeth. As you can see, nothing. Now there is something at the very end there though, but I think that was already like that when I first got the pair of pliers. So it's just a little, so it was like that from the factory. But other than that, I mean, nothing. Same thing. Nothing. Good stuff right there. Okay. Last, and I don't want to say, but not least, but so you have these. You know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm gonna try coming straight on with this pair of pliers. You got that. Yeah. I think that nut starting to, I think that nut's starting to, that rivet nut or whatever you call it, starting to come loose. So, but let's go to a different one. Oh, well, that gripped it, guys. That feels pretty good, as you can see. Put that squeeze on there. It's not bad. Go to the smaller position, see what this one feels like. As you can see, that's just completely round, so if it's going to slip, it's going to slip on this one. Yeah, she's slipping, guys. It's, nope. Which I'm not going to knock it too much for, because it's just going in the direction, the same direction as the teeth, so I can't really knock it too much for that. But now, and then, like I said, you got that flat profile. There's no nut or bolt head sticking out on either side. Coming from the side, and I will say with these pliers, they have several different profiles, you know, right? So for a smaller head and for a larger head, the fastener, you put it in that spot, grip on, that feels good. Yeah. A little bit of slip there. A little bit of slip. So let's go ahead and try that again. Try that on the other side there. So for the most part, I'm putting a good squeeze on it, but I can still slip on it. You can see I'm slipping there. So let's just try this. Put the squeeze on. Yeah, I think that rivet nut's done. Let's do this one. Yeah. Let's try that again. Nope, that one's not coming. Yeah, that one. Yeah. So, it's not really made for that, but yeah, if you're coming in from the side, it's not bad. It really isn't. Let's grip onto that. Yeah. There we go. Now we're laying flat. There we go. All right. I'm just playing around with it. I'll put that on that one. So, okay. So, yeah, actually, I forgot to do this. Let's look at the teeth. Looking good, guys. Boy, it almost looks like they haven't even been touched. Not bad. Now, obviously, after years and years of use, you'll start to see somewhere, right, where you'll start to see the edge of the crown of the tooth. It might get a little bit rounded over, but it should never just deform within the first couple uses of that tool. And trust me, guys, I've had some tools do that already. And at that point, you may as well just throw them because they become such an irritant. So anyway, all right, let's talk about the results here. So you got these, the Vampliers. If you're using them if you have a job out there where you need to cut things, right, or you need to grip onto something down here and maybe twist it or pull it, okay, all right. But as far as having the pliers to just do plier work, in this case, just to grip onto something with the teeth, there's better out there. There's no doubt about that. What surprised me the most is how those teeth already look. I mean, yeah, I mean, some of it is just where the coating or the color of the jaws or the steel jaw just came off, but there's something about it that just looks like it's already starting to round somewhat. So, and also I would say these, if you're just coming straight on to a fastener, these are okay. They're definitely better than something like this if you're coming straight onto a fastener. But if you're trying to grip something from the side, I was not impressed at all. You have only this little amount of teeth on each side, and they didn't really seem to bite too well. Plus, they don't have really much of a profile. It's just a straight profile. So, and as we all know, most fasteners, there's always some type of a rounded profile on them. So with that, yeah, third place. Second place, first place. All right. Yeah, I know I kind of rushed that, but second place, for being an older style, as far as what we're used to or what our parents and grandparents had out there, this has been around for a long time, and for the most part, it will get the job done. Now, what I like about this set from Proto is that it's got several different profiles here for larger fasteners and smaller fasteners, and then they just have the straight flat tip at the very end. But another thing, this guy's got teeth all the way down. It's very clear. It is made to grip on to things out there, and for the most part, if you're gripping onto something from the side, it has some good grip. It has some good gripping power. The teeth, as I showed you before, showed no signs of wear, even when I was gripping on these fastener heads right here. So, all in all, I think it's a very well-made tool, and it will get the job done for the most part. If you're trying to come head on to a fastener, I don't think that's going to happen for you. But if you're trying to grip from the side, it's made for that, and a solid tool. But first place, guys, I mean, whew. These teeth, You know, and that's another thing about Knipex pliers is that, trust me, they're thoughtful about the angle and where these teeth are at within this whole jaw here, right? So they when they design these, they I'm pretty sure they take into account where the head of a different size fastener is going to be, and what angle that tooth needs to be to really lock on there, whichever way you're going. Now, I will say on the Cobra Pliers, speaking of, on the Cobra Pliers, so they only have the teeth going one way for the most part, right? So if you're tightening or loosening, you have to have the pliers on there the right way if you want those teeth to dig in and lock on to the fastener. But from what I'm seeing on these, they have the angles in such a way that I don't think it really matters which side you go at the fastener with. Either side, they have enough teeth at the right angle that it's going to lock in no matter what. So, all right. So there you go. There's your plier comparison. All I can say is good stuff, Knipex. Keep it up. So, all right, with that, let me know what you guys think. As always, what you have out there, what you've used the most, what you reach for the most, and what you trust the most. So with that, like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you guys later.